Big news this week out of Arlington, Texas. We can confirm the final chapter for not one, but two beloved thrill rides. Both La Vibora, the park's iconic bobsled coaster, and El Diablo, the fiery looping attraction, are officially closing at Six Flags Over Texas. These rides have thrilled countless guests and become fan favourites, but that time has come to an end. But what's this mean for the future of Six Flags Over Texas? Are new attractions on the horizon? Stay tuned as we dive into everything you need to know about this bittersweet farewell. So before we get started, first of all, hope you love the branded shirt. Secondly, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so you never miss another video. We've got some big plans over this closed season. Obviously, the theme park season here in the UK is over. The Christmas events are just starting up. We're going to be putting together some wonderful plans ahead of the closed season. We've got some prediction videos, we've got some creative idea-based videos, we've got some review videos, and much, much more. We also have some potential compilations from queue-line footage and off-ride footage, so make sure you stick around for all of that as well. And for now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this theme park news update from Six Flags Over Texas. So let's first of all kick off with the history of the Super Loop ride El Diablo. It's a looping thrill ride located at the park, opened back in 2019. It quickly became a fan favourite due to its massive eye-catching loop structure and its heart-pounding ride experience. The ride is part of the park's Spain-themed area and is known for delivering a fiery thrill in line with its devilish name, which means the devil in Spanish. Manufactured by Larson International, El Diablo is a 100-foot tall super loop ride. Now, unlike a traditional roller coaster, it features a single giant loop that takes riders forward and backward through repeated inversions, giving an intense and unique sensation. The train-like car is attached to a giant ring, allowing riders to experience gravity-defying hang time as they slowly crest the top, then plunge back down. The ride provides both positive and negative G-forces, creating moments of weightlessness and powerful downward force, which keeps thrill seekers coming back for more. El Diablo's design and name align perfectly with the Spain area theme, where the ride is stylized with vibrant red, yellow and black colours, evoking a fiery and internal atmosphere. Thematically, the ride presents a devilish challenge, drawing guests in with its dramatic look and promise of intense looping action. Positioned prominently in the park, its towering structure and striking colours make it a standout attraction, especially at night when it's illuminated to enhance the devilish appeal. Though El Diablo is not classified as a traditional roller coaster, it adds a fresh and high energy element to Six Flags Over Texas thrill lineup. As a relatively new addition, it's been a crowd pleaser, appealing to guests looking for a quick, intense thrill, and the Super Loop ride adds variety to the park's mix of attractions, complementing larger coasters and family thrill rides alike. So let's first touch on the closure of El Diablo. Now, of course, I remember when this ride was first announced for the 2019 season, along with the rest of the attractions for Six Flags 2019 campaign. It was a very interesting announcement. I think the Super Loops around that time were coming towards the end of their kind of cookie cutter kind of era. And what we mean by that, for those of you who don't understand what that means, cookie cutter, it means basically copy and paste into multiple different places. And there was a period of time for a good couple of years, 2-3 years at least, where Super Loops were being dotted about the place. I mean, I'll list a few of them. Obviously, El Diablo at Six Flags Great Adventure, for example, the one at Over Texas, Bourbon Street Fireball, Mardi Gras Hangover, the Daredevil Dive Coaster at Discovery Kingdom, of course, that was one of them. And there was multiple dotted around for a good few years, and the Super Loops are starting to come to an end. We've seen, I think, one or two at least removed already from the Six Flags parks, and with the new ownership coming in, you know, we're starting to see, you know, things happening with the Super Loops, and it's starting to come to a bit of a conclusion. So, am I surprised about this particular closure? Not really. Do I think it was probably the right move? Absolutely. because I think combined with the other ride that closed, which we're going to talk about in a minute, I think it opens up a huge plot of land, which we will go into later in this video. So I think that El Diablo closing is obviously very, very sad news for the thrill ride industry. However, I think it was probably the right move. I think some of the attendance on the ride was starting to decline a little bit. I think that the maintenance on the ride was going to keep going on and on and on. And they had to make a decision. Do they keep El Diablo or do they go into a different, more thrilling direction? And I think that's what we're going with. And we'll talk more about the future later in this video. But let's talk to you a bit now about the biggest of the two rides that's going away from over Texas. And that is the last of the Swiss Bobs, La Vibora. Originally opened in 1987, La Vibora, which meant the Viper in Spanish, provides distinctive experience by combining coaster thrills with a bobsled track design. Manufactured by Intamin, it's one of the few bobsled-style coasters in the United States, setting it apart as a memorable ride for coaster enthusiasts and families alike. It is also the last operating Intamin Swiss Bob in operation. Interestingly, La Vibora was not originally built at Six Flags Over Texas. It debuted in 1984 at Six Flags Magic Mountain in California under the name Sarajevo Bobsled, named after the 1984 Winter Olympics in Sarajevo. The ride was themed around the excitement of a bobsled competition, simulating the free-form movement of a bobsled run with no fixed track beneath the coaster cars. In 1987, Sarajevo Bobsled was relocated to Six Flags Over Texas, rethemed to fit a southwestern aesthetic and renamed La Vibora. As a bobsled coaster, La Vibora offers a different experience from traditional roller coasters. Riders board snake-like cars that set free to move along a trough-style track, giving the sensation of sliding through curves, dips and turns as if they were on an actual bobsled run. Without a fixed track, the cars have more dynamic, unpredictable feelings as they glide through the course. Over the years, La Vibora has maintained its popularity, appealing to guests who seek a fun and unusual coaster experience. While Six Flags Over Texas introduced new and more modern coasters since the 90s and the 80s, La Vibora remained a nostalgic and unique attraction, valued for its history, novelty, and the distinct experience it brings to the park's lineup. However, that time has now come to an end, with demolition starting already on the track. So after decades of operation, it's the end of La Vibora, the park's Swiss Bob roller coaster, the last of its kind in the world. That's it. The Intamin Swiss Bobs are now extinct. We're going prehistoric here. They're extinct. They're done. And it's a very, very sad moment because it's the last of its kind in the world. It's the last of its manufactured kind in the world, the Intamin Swiss Bobs. And it's a very, very sad moment because it's a very historic attraction for so many reasons. I'm sure there's plenty of you out there that were Magic Mountain supporters or are still Six Flags Magic Mountain supporters. Comment down below your memories of the Sarajevo Bobsled if you ever got a chance to ride it. Comment down below your memories of La Vibora. It's such a sad moment. It's a really sad moment, and I'm gonna miss this coaster. I never got the chance to ride these Intamin Swiss Bobs, so I'm very, very sad about the whole thing. And I'm gonna really miss it. I'm gonna really miss La Vibora, aka the Sarajevo Bobsleds. I think that it was a historic ride. I think it delivered generations of thrills. I think it was a really good coaster. Obviously, with it being the last of its kind, you knew that maintenance and part replacements were going to be on a ticking time bomb. In that respect, I think it was on a ticking time bomb in terms of how long it actually had left to operate. We knew, from what we saw during the park's sort of end of season events or end of main season event, we were seeing markers appear around El Diablo, La Vibora. There was a screenshot from someone who messaged the park, and the park basically confirmed to them that both La Vibora and El Diablo were going. They were gone. So it's a very sad moment. It's a very historic moment in the industry to lose such another iconic roller coaster in the United States. And I'm going to really miss this ride. I think it was a perfect thrill for thrill seekers of all ages. I think it was a perfect thrill ride. And it's going to be really missed amongst the coaster community. I think a lot of people will miss this for its heritage and its history. But all things must come to an end and we must move on, which brings us to what happens next. So the location of the removed rides is a big one. I mean, the location says it all. It's a massive location to fill. We know that something big's probably going to come here for 2026 or 2027 potentially at the earliest, and it's looking like a big site for ideally for a roller coaster, especially since you've removed a roller coaster as part of this. You would expect a brand new roller coaster in this location, so I wouldn't be surprised now if Six Flags Over Texas are basically next in line for a roller coaster development. I really wouldn't be surprised at all, but we will see what happens. People have joked online that they're going to get the relocated Green Lantern from Six Flags Great Adventure, and you know that was the big rumor, and you know, and people were joking about that being a rumor in the first place. And you know, Green Lantern, I think there's some markets around Green Lantern at Great Adventure, and people were like, is Green Lantern going to get relocated? No, I don't think that's the case for Over Texas at all. But here is two coaster types that I could predict to see on this location. One type of roller coaster that could benefit the park, and a ride that has also worked at Six Flags Fiesta Texas, is a dive coaster. Imagine a towering vertical drop, pausing just long enough to let riders look down before plummeting straight toward the ground. Dive coasters offer a unique combination of height, anticipation, and heart-stopping drops, making them the perfect choice to replace two classic rides. Six Flags Over Texas has yet to feature anything quite like a dive coaster, and anyone would fill a major gap in the park's thrill lineup. With a dive coaster, the park can offer a totally different type of thrill, a pure adrenaline rush, focused on massive vertical drops and wide dramatic elements that let riders fully feel the power of gravity. Dive coasters are visually stunning, often becoming the centerpiece of the park's skyline, and bring unmatched ride intensity for thrill seekers worldwide. Bolliger & Mabillard is the king of the dive coasters, known for their smooth ride experiences, signature vertical drops, and wide trains that provide great views for every rider, as well as the more compact trains with 3 rows per train. B&M dive coasters like Valraven at Cedar Point, Shikra at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay, or even here in Europe with Baron 1898 or Baron Atenatenakenen at Efteling in Holland, have become legendary for their reliability and thrilling drops. With a Bolliger & Mabillard dive coaster, Six Flags Over Texas can gain a high-capacity, smooth, and crowd-pleasing attraction that provides both intensity and visual appeal. They can also introduce a different layout to the other dive coaster in Texas by Bolliger & Mabillard, which is Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger over at Fiesta Texas. Although Intamin isn't as well known for dive coasters specifically, they are an industry leader in building high thrill rides with incredible airtime, intensity, smooth layouts, and the incorporation of modern technology. An Intamin dive coaster could bring some of their unique elements like airtime hills, high-speed twists, and wave turns, giving Six Flags Over Texas a one-of-a-kind experience and the first official Intamin dive coaster in the world. If Six Flags wants to push the boundaries, Intamin could bring something fresh and unforgettable to their lineup. So why would a dive coaster be a game changer for Six Flags Over Texas, especially with a dive coaster already in Fiesta Texas? With the iconic, eye-catching vertical drop, this type of coaster would draw in guests from miles away. Dive coasters offer a balanced mix of heart-pounding intensity and broad appeal, making them great for both hardcore thrill seekers and those new to the world of roller coasters. Now, the second type of roller coaster that I could see the park adding is a multi-launch coaster. Now, this could fill an important gap in the park's current ride lineup, bringing smooth, high-intensity thrills that appeal to a wide range of guests. Unlike traditional lift hill coasters, a multi-launch coaster can offer rapid, exhilarating accelerations multiple times throughout the ride, and this adds a unique element to the ride experience, creating unpredictable moments of excitement and keeping riders on the edge of their seats. Imagine a sleek, adrenaline-pumping multi-launch coaster, rocketing riders forward and backward through thrilling elements, heart-pounding airtime, and immersive theming. A ride like this would bring an entirely new level of excitement to Six Flags Over Texas. Multi-launch coasters also offer incredible versatility in terms of layout and theming, allowing for a dynamic mix of airtime inversions and sharp twists. This would be a fantastic way to replace La Vibora and El Diablo, enhancing the lineup with a ride that feels fresh, intense, and state-of-the-art. This would also pay homage to both departing rides, with the high-speed twists and turns that you would experience on a bobsleigh coaster like Vibora, as well as a fiery, thrilling, speed-filled element experience like El Diablo. Intamin is a legendary name in this industry, known for groundbreaking launch coasters like Toutalis at Park Asterix and Velocicoaster at Universal Orlando. They deliver incredible intensity, fluid transitions, and world-class layouts that combine speed with unforgettable airtime and inversions. An Intamin multi-launch would bring a world-class thrill to Six Flags Over Texas, creating a marquee attraction that would attract visitors from across the country. Matt Ride has also proven itself to be in the multi-launch game, with attractions like Copperhead Striker at Carowinds, and known for its smooth rides and powerful launches and carefully crafted inversions. Matt Ride is an excellent choice for a family-friendly thrill, as well as extreme thrills that still packs a punch. Their multi-launch coasters offer repeat appeal, and this would be a great choice for guests of most ages. Premier Rides specialise in compact high-energy multi-launch coasters like Icebreaker at SeaWorld Orlando, or the upcoming Alpenfury at Canada's Wonderland. Their designs are perfect for parks looking to maximise thrill in a smaller footprint, so they can create an exciting and efficient replacement for both classic rides. With Premier, Six Flags Over Texas can get a unique launch-heavy experience that emphasises quick accelerations and punchy inversions. A multi-launch roller coaster would bring something new, dynamic, and unforgettable to Six Flags Over Texas. With the closure of La Vibora and El Diablo, the park has a rare chance to invest in a signature attraction that enhances the park's thrill lineup and appeals to families, teens, and coaster enthusiasts alike. So either type of roller coaster could be a fantastic investment to Six Flags Over Texas. And here on Shell Chats, we would love both additions on site. I think that a dive coaster would add something very unique in terms of the way it looks, the way it operates. And I think that Six Flags Over Texas could also benefit from a multi-launch roller coaster, something with high-speed turns, quick inversions that pack to the punch, and also an all-round unique ride experience. And with the manufacturers that they've worked with in the past, I think there's an opportunity for either to get involved. It's clear that Six Flags Over Texas could be investing in a brand new roller coaster for the site very, very soon. However, at this stage of the development, all we can do is say farewell to La Vibora and, of course, farewell to El Diablo. Two classic rides that offered their purpose for generations. Thank you very much for watching this theme park news update. We'll be back for more. We are pre-recording a lot of updates this week, so stay tuned for all of them. And for now, ladies and gentlemen, I am the CHALL, ta for now, and that is the end of your theme park experience.